She a masterful storyteller, wasn't that lovely? So I am really excited to also introduce our next guest, Andrew Bass, aka Andre Onrua, is a medieval reenactor whose friar character shares many stories. He's actually known as a bard. So today, Andre Onrua is going to share a Celtic story about the ushering in of spring.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Brother Andrew Onrua, Andrew the Red. Don't know why they call me that. My beard is pink. Or blue. But anyway, I represent a Franciscan friar. As said, I'm a reenactor. But I'm here to tell you a story, not about St. Francis, but about another saint, St. Patrick. Patrick was not Irish, as a lot of people believe. He was actually Roman. And after the Roman army withdrew from Britannia, or Great Britain, his family stayed there. And he was captured on the west coast of Britain, maybe northern Wales, maybe southern Scotland, we're not certain. But it was definitely on the west coast, and he was captured by Irish marauders or land pirates. And he was taken back to Ireland, or taken to Ireland, and was sold into slavery, and he was sold to the O'Mell of the Nine hostages. And he had spent 7 years in slavery, and he was made a shepherd, and shepherded sheep. After 7 years, God told him to go and escape. Well, in those days, an escaped slave, if you were caught, was instantly put to death, because it was an insult to your owner and also to the pagan gods. So he took a very, very big risk, and he was in Northern Ireland, and he had to go all the way down to Southern Ireland to a boat that was going to France that God told him to go to. Well, he convinced the skipper to take him, and the skipper took him to France. He joined a monastery, and he had then become a friar, was ordained into the priesthood, and I went back to Britain to see his family and says, I'm going back to England, back to Ireland. And they said, don't be a fool, you will be killed. He says, if I die, I die for God. And so his family, his father and grandfather were deacons, and so they gave him their blessings, and he went back. On the night of Beltane, he had all fires had to be put out across Ireland until the High King, the Ard Righ, lit his fire on the seat of Tara. And so he had lit a fire ahead of the High King, which was a great offense. You could have been killed for that, for even having an ember in your hearth, because it was bringing back in the light, and the High King was the light. And so the Druid priests and the High King came over and said to him, says, excuse me, lad, could you please explain why you've caused such offense? I don't think it was so pleasant. But says, I've come to bring the light of the world, the light of the true and living God to this darkened land. Well, the other story is driving out the snakes. Ireland has never had a native snake there, like we do have here in North America. But what they did is the Druid priests used to tattoo a snake on their wrist, which was a symbol that they held the power of life and death. So when they converted to Christianity, they stopped tattooing themselves. That was driving the snakes out. Plus also, one Druid who was already tattooed, and they would become a Christian and stop their pagan ways, that again was driving the snakes out. And that was the start of his ministry. Thank you very much.
invite you guys to make sure that you get a chance to look at our, listen to our curator talk. That one actually starts at 11 in just a few minutes. We have lots of activities outside. Be sure that you check out the social dancing. Please join us in social dancing. Make sure that you look at our stickball demonstration. We have tons of things to do. Please go enjoy, share our cultures. I will also say, I'm going to throw a little call out to Chimbley Cafe. I hear tell that we have shepherd's pie today, so yum yum, and eat some good food and have a good time. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here.